Let's take a look today how we can use David's new DAZ to Unreal bridge to retarget the Genesis 9 character to Unreal Engine 5.7. Here they are side by side, the new sort of, less silvery, different texture type UE 5.7 skeleton and Madison 9. And that's done with David's new retargeting features that he's implemented there. I'll have a look at the retargeter in a second, and I thought I'd just put these guys side by side because you know how it goes. You can replace the gray mesh altogether, or you can just move it to the side and we see them side by side. So this is what that looks like in maybe a little bit slower. Retargeter is now working perfectly fine. So just in case you weren't up to date with all the changes and why this took so long to implement, Epic have made a major change in how the retargeter works in Unreal Engine 5.6. And they've made another change in 5.7 and in 5.6. So the idea is that they want to go and make retargeting a completely automatic affair. We're not supposed to get involved with retargeters and IK assets and whatnot. It literally is supposed to be eventually completely automatic. And this is the first step into that direction. It's not quite fully realized, but that's what Epic are working on. And the big change was this op stack that they've created here. The op stack, separating that from how it was in 5.5 and below, means that a mesh that's coming in needs to be aligned to the position of the Epic skeleton 99.9999999% or closer. Otherwise, the automatic bone alignment isn't going to work anymore. So if you have issues with that, go to 5.5, do the retargeting there, and then bring your objects over. But thanks to David's work, he has implemented some changes, and I'll show you exactly which versions you need, and then we'll go through the process. So this is his GitHub page here, and on the releases page, you'll find this version here, which is 5.7.0.560. That's the first version that had this functionality built in, and the latest one at the time I'm recording this video has one small change that doesn't quite work yet, or hasn't worked in my testing. I'll show you what that is. It has to do with the conversion to the Epic skeleton. So either one of these will work fine. Obviously use the latest one at your own peril, and let's see how this goes. I'm going to use a completely new character here in Daz Studio. I've set up Archibald here by Luthbell. He looks like a bit like an arcane character and has these beautiful drawn in features, and I thought he might well work really well. So he's got hair, he's got a beard, and I'm going to go and send him over. So select the figure, the skeletal mesh as we call it, head over to File, Send to DAZ to Unreal, and here we're going to give our guy a name. So I'll call him Archibald V1, just in case we need multiple versions of that. Asset type is a skeletal mesh, and everything else can stay as it is for now. I don't need any morphs right now. So this new change that I've just told you about, that would technically make a conversion to the Epic skeleton possible, but it doesn't work yet. So if you do nothing else and you enable this, the conversion isn't going to work. It's going to just stay at the DAZ skeleton, and that's totally fine. I'm going to go keep it disabled. I'm going to use a unique skeleton though, and I'll go and send my guy over to Unreal Engine. We give it a moment to finish, and we'll get the smoothing group warning, which we ignore because we've been there, done that, bought the t-shirt, and then we'll go and save everything just for good measure, and then we'll have a look where our man has ended up here. So this is the skeletal mesh. Let's open it up. Looking beautiful there, my man. Very nice, very nice. So let's set up the retargeting for that. Super easy now. From the content browser on your skeletal mesh, right click and choose Create IK Retargeter. And then you need to know the source mesh that you want to use. So I happen to know it's going to be SKM Quinn Simple, same name as the previous UE5 skeletons that were introduced with 5.0, but they've been changed yet again and had different materials now since 5.7. So I'm going to use that one. And that creates me both an IK rig and a retargeter asset. So the IK rig, you don't have to do anything to it. In 5.6, I believe this process doesn't quite work. You have to go and create the retarget chains and the IKs manually. But in 5.7, this seems to be set up automatically. So you don't have to do anything, just need to be aware what this asset is and that it's been created. And then there's the retargeter, which is currently named a little bit bizarre. So I'm going to go and just call that RTG Archibald V1, just so that I remember what it actually is. Open him up, and here he is together with the Quinn mannequin now. So the first thing I'll do is I'll go and move the target mesh over to the right a little bit. 100 is usually fine, just so that these guys are next to one another. And the other thing I'll do is I'll disable the debug draw, because I don't want to see 4,000 green lines that don't really mean anything to me. So you can see that the op stack has already been set up. Should this not be the case, or if you're on an older version or whatnot, you can create all the default ops here, but they've been set up, so that's fine. I don't need to touch them. The only thing that I may need to do is make some adjustments here, especially to the feet. You can see that they are digging into the floor a little bit, and the fingers, we'll have a look at that. So another change that has of course happened in 5.7 is that we now have new animations. We don't have this very small set of whatever it was, 12 animations, one of which was walking in place forward. It's all changed because, gotta make changes for the sake of making changes. So the new animation that you're looking for in this mess of other animations is called unarmed walk forward. This is it here, MF unarmed forward, and MF means mannequin female, MM means mannequin male. And if we go and double click it, then you can see that my characters basically walk out of vision. So we don't have an in-place animation anymore, which is annoying. But thankfully, there is also a way that we can work around it, namely at the bottom right here, under the root lock settings, there's something called ignore root lock in preview. And if we click that, then my guys don't walk off anymore. Also, the animations are like 4 times faster than they used to be, so because it makes it really difficult to see what's the alignment like. So down at the bottom here, let's go and make this a bit slower, like 0.25, and then we can assess how this is lining up. So posture, I would say, is working okay. Feet are digging into the floor a little bit, somewhere between 5 and 10 degrees. And the fingers, they're sort of okay, but sometimes, depending on the animation that you're playing, you'll find that they're a little bit crooked. So let's take care of that. So let's click this button here, which is also, it's a little bit weirdly named. So running retarget is not what happens when you click on it. Running retarget is happening actually right now. The retargeter is running. So when you click it, you switch modes to editing retarget pose. This is what's happening right now. It's a little bit weird, and my brain doesn't really like that. I prefer something that changes state when I click it and tells me the state that's gonna happen when I click it, not the current state, but that's just me. It's one of those things. Let's head over to the hierarchy here and switch to target, because that is our Genesis 9 character. And let's do the feet first. The feet we need to do manually, but it's really easy. Let's go and find it. So it's the left foot. And make sure you're in local space, not in world space. Local space is good. And then go and just turn this up by either 5 or 10 degrees. It's sort of personal preference. I think 10 is going to make them come out of the floor completely here. And then we're going to go and do the same with the right foot. Again, grayed out Epic suggests that this is unchangeable and sort of locked, but it isn't. It's perfectly changeable. It's just, one of those things. Let's go and do that here as well. That's 5 degrees, that's 10 degrees. Let's leave it like that. And the other thing we're going to do is the fingers. So the fingers, again, this is personal preference. If you want to leave them exactly as they are, I think they're a little bit crooked from what I can tell here. But if you find them, and that's going to be literally from the hand downwards, so left hand, and then you can go here to auto align and change this alignment method from direction over to mesh. I mean, both work, but mesh has given me better results in testing. And then I'll choose align selected and children, and watch what happens. Everything should now snap into place and just change this alignment a little bit. You can do this manually, of course, but who has the time, right? So let me go and do this with the other hand as well. That was the left hand, this is the right hand. And now look, some things have gone ungrayed themselves. I really don't know what's going on here. I have no idea. So unmesh, align selected with children, and boom, there we go. So that should now have done the trick. If we switch over from editing to back to the running retargeter, we can see everything should now be in place. Feet aren't digging into the floor anymore, and our character is ready to rock. So from here, with this retargeter now, you can either go and retarget your own animations, from this field here, if you have anything that needs to be retargeted, select the ones that you want, export selected animations that'll retarget them for this particular character, and then you can run it in sequencer directly on that character. Or you can use live retargeting. I might just show you that as well as a little refresher in case you don't remember. And then I'll come to the convert to epic skeleton option that currently doesn't work. But in a nutshell, if we go under third person and blueprint, that is assuming you have the third person template that you get with Unreal Engine 5.7. You have this BP third person character here. Let's Control D to duplicate that, and I'll call it BP Archibald. That'll be our character. In it, we're going to have to use one more animation asset in order to get this guy going here. First of all, we'll go and select my skeletal mesh Archibald here, and under the mesh that is now the gray character mesh here, I'm going to add another component, which is a skeletal mesh component. And because I was clever and selected it in the content browser, it already populates this with my man Archibald here. This is neat. Archibald needs, of course, an animation blueprint, which he doesn't have. So let's go and give him that as well. I think we can just go and right click it and create an anim blueprint. And I'll call this one ABP Archibald. And I'll open that up, and all this really needs is one node that is called retarget pose from mesh. And then live retargeting will be able to work if we give it that retargeter asset that we've just made earlier on here, the one that we've just, with the two characters. So I'll go and select it and populate it into here. Compile, and this animation blueprint we need to put into our regular character blueprint here, and that is under here, under animation blueprint. Put that one in, and now he moves. Final thing that we need to do on our Quinn mesh, let's go and just make it invisible. So search for VIS and change visibility based anim tick options from always tick pose, very important to change this, to always tick pose and refresh bones, otherwise this isn't going to work. And of course disable the visibility, and then we have my man Archibald running around. So back over here, make sure under the blueprint menu we change the project settings. So the pawn, we're going to go and select a new pawn class. In our case, that's going to be BP Archibald. And that means if we click play, then we're going to be running around with Archibald. Woohoo! And he is now not digging into the ground. If you needed the camera to be a little bit closer here for demonstration purposes, you can totally do that. But yeah, this is how we retarget characters in Unreal Engine 5.7. Now about let me actually just do that here. This camera here, let's go and bring that over just a little bit closer, and then we're going to do this again, and then we see the camera a wee bit closer. Perfect. Now about this convert to epic skeleton, let me show you where that is and how you're supposed to use it. Maybe you have better luck than I have. I know David is still working on it, but the thing is that right now, if you examine the skeleton itself, like the Archibald skeleton, you'll notice that this is exactly the same hierarchy as the Daz skeleton, so it hasn't changed. And there is a way for better compatibility to have a skeleton that is exactly the same as the epic skeleton. But because there was a naming change, this automatic recognition doesn't work anymore as it did in Unreal Engine 5.6. And just in case Epic make another change, looking at the UEFN skeleton and all that, there is an option under Edit, Project Settings. If you scoot down to Plugins down here, and there's Daz to Unreal Settings, there is an option under the epic skeleton mesh to populate this with a skeleton of your choice that you know is the epic skeleton to which you want to convert. And at that point in the export dialog here from Daz Studio, then if you head over to Daz to Unreal, there is this thing, convert to epic skeleton. If you enable that, this new value in Unreal Engine needs to be populated with whatever you want to convert to. Sadly, right now and in my testing, this always resulted in an empty skeleton when I've tried it. But in the future, you'll be able to, that's the plan from what I understand, in the future, you'll be able to select the SKM simple skeleton here, or the UEFN skeleton, or any of the other skeletons that Epic will make available in the future. And then when you say convert to Epic, this is the skeleton that the conversion is gonna take into account. Didn't work for me. Retargeting works quite fine if I leave the DAZ skeleton alone. I do actually prefer it that way unless I have a specific reason to make that happen, looking at the UEFN option there, because if we can make that happen, then we can do retargeting in the GAS project, which is currently not working from what I gather, because we don't have an originating UEFN asset that we can retarget to. So that's where the compatibility would be quite nice. I hope this all makes sense. We now have a new version that we can retarget to, which is quite nice. Thank you so much for your hard work, David. And if you have any questions, then the best place to ask them is not actually in the comments here, even though you can obviously do that. The best place to ask them is in the DAZ to Unreal Discord server. So I'll leave a link in the description of this video. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.